JUCOs. JUCOs is one of my favorite places to send players. For some reason, and I have no idea why, there's a lot of people out there that shun junior colleges for some reason. They think they failed. They think that the campuses suck, or whatever the reason is. I don't understand the negativity towards junior colleges. I have two kids, like I said, the third on the way. If I send all three of my kids to junior college, I will be happy. And I say that for a couple of reasons. Junior colleges, number one is cost. I'm a lot of you out there right now are probably sitting there and may still be paying off college debt. College debt is one of those things that a lot of people have a good time in college. It's great. You got your degree, but there comes a cost to it, and it's a huge cost. JUCOs, a lot of times you will walk out of a junior college after 2 years owing nothing. And when you start trying to raise a family and purchase a house, and you have that debt from a school, it's a big burden. So walking out of a junior college after 2 years with no cost is, man, that's pretty special. You have a chance to develop a little bit more. A lot of guys in high school haven't fully matured, and you go to a 4 year school, and now you're facing men. You're facing guys that have physically matured, that have been lifting in a college program for the last 3 or 4 years. And you walk in there kind of green, just really new and not ready for it. So the junior college side, you have a chance to develop a little bit. You have a chance to play with guys that are a little closer in age, a chance to really develop your body, and a chance to develop your game a little bit more. A lot of times, you have a chance to possibly play a little sooner than you would at a 4 year school. One of the one things that a lot of people forget about junior colleges, though, too, is that's a lot more practice time that they get. They're not as stringent as D1 or D2 schools on when they can practice or when coaches can be around their players. JUCO can basically practice whenever they want, and it's a chance for you to develop that much quicker because of that. And grades, guys. If you're struggling in school, or you just had a bad couple years, and you need to restart a little bit, junior college is a great way to do that. They're very less stringent upon what they are looking for grades wise at the junior college level. So I'm not entirely sure why people are so against junior colleges. Um, I don't get it. And there's so many different skill levels within junior colleges. You have your lower end junior colleges that may not be as good, but you look at some junior colleges out there too that they would literally whoop up on a lot of D1s out there. I'll give you an example of a school right now, and I bet you if I said, hey, put your hands up if you've heard of Wabash Valley Community College, there may be five hands that go up, if I had to guess. Most of you have probably never heard of it. It's in Illinois. We've sent a few players there in the past. They're usually always ranked in the top five in the country at the Division I JUCO college level. So this is a list of commits that they had 2 years ago. This is just one season, one class. They had a kid go to Louisville. They had a kid go to Kentucky, Western Kentucky, UIC, Bethany College, Tennessee Martin, South Alabama, Indiana State, Eastern Illinois, Georgetown, Kentucky, Austin, PA, Purdue, Western Illinois. That's quite the list right there, and that's just one class in 1 year. So that's a school that probably a lot of you have never heard of, and look at the type of talent that they have. They're getting off to different schools and high-end schools out there. So that gives you kind of an example there of the type of colleges that you may never have heard of. So at this point, guys, you guys are probably looking at your watch going, man, I love the fact that this guy is from Wisconsin, but I'm starting to hate him because he's just talking and talking and talking. So I'm going to wrap it up. Like I said, we're going to send more information as we go here. But kind of to wrap it up, I really want to make sure that our players are listening to this, and even our parents, and really understanding that, the college recruiting side, this is a player's future. This is not ours. This is not Squeeze's future. Squeeze has already gone through it. He's been there. He's done it. This is our players' future, and I want players to understand that. Rhino Baseball is going to help in a number of ways. We help with videos. We, have hundreds of college coaches' contact info. If you scroll through my phone, I have, any really college that you name it that you can think of, whether it's D1, D2s, D3s, that I'll text on a regular basis, or they'll shoot me a text and say, hey, Andrew, who you got? We've sent nearly 200 players off to, different schools that now have a trust factor with us. We play in tournaments that, have exposure. So, Rhino Baseball does quite a bit on our side. But there's no reason that a player can't have their parents, grab some game video on their cell phone, or shoot some video in a cage when they're swinging. Start sitting down as a family and putting together their own emails and sending them off to schools, or doing some research on different types of schools and different levels of the divisions that you think you fit in. Players really need to start taking it in their own hands and kind of doing their part on it. And we're really starting to push that both in Illinois and Wisconsin, and having players take charge of their future, and really take the bull by the horns and just go, man, this is my life, this is my future. I'm going to do everything in my power to get to the point that I want to get to. So I thought that's kind of the last thing that I wanted to leave you guys on. When you guys are sitting at home, there's no reason that you guys can't start researching a lot of topics on the recruiting side. And as we start sending more and more info out to you guys, we'll include a lot of this stuff. But if you guys want to write down these certain things and maybe just start researching on your own at home as a family, and if you guys are sitting around before bed and for 10 or 15 minutes a night to sit down and look at some stuff, a couple of these things, core GPA and what the sliding scales are. How to properly write an email to a coach, and you should have gotten a rough draft of an email of how to properly write an email to a coach and what should be on it and what information, the different recruiting timelines that we mentioned, how to research schools and different programs, what different facilities at different levels look like. There's a lot of D2 schools out there. For instance, look up Missouri Western State and look up the facilities that they have. Another school that maybe you guys have never heard of. We've sent a couple of players there in the past. Beautiful, beautiful facilities. Take a look at what these different facilities look like. Look up the different recruiting calendars for the different divisions and what dead periods are and quiet periods and contact period. Look up what the NCAA clearinghouse is, and if you guys haven't signed up for it, you should probably get on that. What unofficial visits are and official visits, and what walk-ons mean, and all these different things in terms of recruiting. So when the time does happen that you guys start that process, that you guys aren't a deer in the headlights type look. So you guys really have some stuff in your back pocket that you can go to. And finally, guys, no matter how the process goes, it's always going to be stressful. And do everything in your power to really just try and enjoy it. The numbers show that there's very few high school players across the country that really are fortunate enough to play college baseball. And if you are one of them, you guys are lucky. It's a privilege. It shouldn't be something that should just be expected, and it is a privilege to play college baseball, and you should really enjoy that process with your son or daughter during it. Whether they're going off to play college baseball or college softball, whatever the case is, just enjoy that process as much as you possibly can, because there will be a day that no matter who it is out there, they'll have to hang up the cleats, and it's I tell you what, man, it's a bummer of a day. So try and ride that wave as long as you possibly can. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys got some info out of it. Go Pack Go. Make sure Squeeze is behaving himself up there. And if you guys got any questions, let me know. Thanks.